Okay, hi. So, welcome to a video on Nadi Shodhana, a pranayama exercise. I'm going to do a bit of explaining at the beginning, and I'm hoping that this is going to be a resource that people are going to want to return to. So I'll put a little point in the description of where the technique begins if you want to go straight into the technique in the future. But I would suggest, I'm really passionate about this stuff. So yeah, I suggest you listen along to this opening bit if it's your first time with the video. So there's a bit of explaining and a bit of context and talking through the benefits. So I guess the first thing that will probably be useful to you is, can this help you? Is this useful to what your symptoms or conditions are? So I would say yes before I even list them. I think everyone can benefit from some time with Nadi Shodhana. Are you struggling with fear and anger and getting stuck in your fight and flight, your sympathetic nervous system? Do you struggle to know how to reset yourself? Then this is for you. Do you struggle to get to sleep at night? I'm going to stop doing the silly voice. Do you struggle to get to sleep at night? Or when you wake in the night, do you just think, I'm not going to get back to sleep, and just give up and go on your phone or start watching TV, or feel you have to eat a full 3-course meal to knock yourself back out? Then this is for you. Do you want help getting into a more logical thinking side of your brain to problem solve for meetings or any sort of situation? Then this is for you. If you don't fall into any of those categories, and there's more stuff, but I think those are the big headlines. If you don't fall into those categories, then you are doing really, really well, and this isn't for you. So you can just float off and do something else with your time. Okay, so if you're sticking with the video, let's talk a bit about Nadi Shodhana. So Nadi, the Sanskrit term Nadi Shodhana, translates to the nadis are energy pathways in our body. In yogic tradition, there was a wisdom then that's been passed on through that mainstream medicine hasn't caught up with yet. Kind of slowly coming to terms with it and catching up and working out about the wisdom and the knowledge of our body. So the nadis aren't directly translated to nerves. Nerves come into the nadis, but nadis are more than that. They're chakra points, they're meridians and energy pathways. If you work on the big toe, it affects the kidney. Things like that. Wisdom and knowledge that Chinese medicine understands, acupuncture understands, osteopathy, craniosacral therapy, which I practice. So yes, the nadis are wonderful and are in us. And the Shodhana section of that term, Nadi Shodhana, is about unblocking these nadis that are in us and maybe haven't been used correctly, or have not been used at all and have just gone to sleep. So we're waking them up and we're realigning them and re-energizing them during this breathwork exercise. And so I'm calling it breathwork, but pranayama, a bit more explanation. The pranayama encompasses all these different breathwork exercises that come into yoga. So prana section of the pranayama is energy force or life force or vital force or chi. It's got so many different terms in different traditions, but you might just call it energy. I think in the West we kind of do call it energy when you're low on energy. So that's prana. And the ayama or yama section is extension and control. So you're extending your life force. You're extending your life by doing this breathing exercise and getting control of your system. So Nasagra mudra is what you need next. So this is the shape of it. I'm kind of bending these fingers to just move them out of the way, but the focus at first is your index finger and your middle finger, and you're going to put those on your third eye. But just before we go there, I want to show you what's happening with your thumb and your ring finger and little finger. So your little finger and your ring finger are touching, and they're covering your left nostril. I'm doing it with my right hand. If you've seen my Instagram video, I made a joke about my watch. I just feel a bit like I'm repeating a joke now, so I'm not even going to say it, but it's not real gold. Definitely not real gold. Cover your right nostril with your thumb and your ring finger and your little finger on your left nostril and just chop and change between the two. And then let's do the full version. So put your two fingers on your third eye. And I'm just going to do a little bit of third eye visualization. So, gosh, wow, I'm deciding to go right back. So 600 million years ago, there's a belief that our ancestors, and we're talking like worms, newt, like before, I think even before frogs, newts, if you believe in the kind of evolutionary journey, maybe had one eye and a cyclops, and we're a cyclops. So within our brain still, behind where your fingers are now, is your pineal gland, and the pineal gland still deals with the light that comes in through our actual eyes now. So although our eyes are on the side, slightly on the side of where your fingers are, the source of where that message gets taken to in your brain, in your pineal gland, is behind your fingers now. And that is how, in the pineal gland, our brain decides to make melatonin. And melatonin is the sleep drug that our body creates for us. So circadian rhythms, opening our eyes at the right time of the day, closing our eyes at the right time of the day, and it's slightly more complicated than that, but that is the simplicity of it. Not exposing ourselves to our phone screen the instant we wake up, and the same just before we go to sleep, will definitely help with sleep rhythms. I can talk more about that in the future. If anyone wants to know more, let me know. I don't really want this to be a lecture about not using a phone. It feels a bit patronizing and contradictory to what we're doing because you're using it now. But you shouldn't need to look at it loads once you tune into my voice. Okay, so that's your third eye, the magic of the pineal gland, and the source of setting the circadian rhythm within our system. So whenever during this Nadi Shodhana you want to go back to really focusing in on your third eye, and there's also so much wonderful stuff with third eye about it being intuition and our inner teacher, our inner wisdom. So if you are feeling lost and stuck with a decision, having a little meditate on this part of your body and a bit of gentle physical contact, a little massage and meditate as well. Great. Okay, let's go into Nadi Shodhana now. Cover your right nostril. Inhale through your left. Cover your left. Exhale through your right. Inhale through your right. Cover. Exhale through your left. Inhale through your left. Cover. Exhale through your right. Inhale through your right. Cover. Exhale through your left. Inhale through your left. Cover. Exhale through your right. Inhale through your right. Cover. Exhale through your left. Inhale through your left. Cover. Exhale through your right. Inhale through your right. Cover. Exhale through your left. Inhale through your left. Cover. Exhale through your right. And just carry on at your pace. You might want to slow it slightly or speed it up, whatever feels good for you. Counts are good, and they might be hard to do while I'm talking through, so you might need to pause the video if you want to focus in on a count, but you could inhale for a count of 3, and then move out and exhale for a count of 3, or the same with 4, the same with 5. 5 might be something you want to build towards. Supposedly, 5 is the cadence, the rhythm and the tempo of our heart, and that connection between nose, breath, oxygen, lungs and heart is going to help the body send out signals of health and well-being. So 5 is the magic number, supposedly, when it comes to breathing. Okay, so what is happening here? Firstly, you're doing something that doesn't happen to your system during your wake or your sleep. You're bringing equal amounts of oxygen into both sides of your brain. That just doesn't happen. Throughout the day, our nostrils take it in turns to swap which one's being more dominant. And it's all to do with circadian rhythms, evolutionary rhythms, our own personal habits that sometimes might not be healthy habits, but might be necessary ones for coping and getting through life. I'm not judging, I'm the same. But yeah, some of it might be pulling against what is actually the wisdom that our body and our system really wants to work towards. So left nostril is fueling the right side of the brain. Right nostril is fueling the left side of your brain. I'll talk a little bit about brains now, the different sides of the brain. So your left brain is your sympathetic nervous system, your fight and flight, your problem solving, your thinking brain, your logical brain. And then your right brain is your rest and your digest, your parasympathetic nervous system, your empathy, your creativity. So, and there's bigger lists, there's much bigger lists. I haven't decided if I'm going to be editing this video. Maybe I'm editing it and you're seeing bigger lists right now of all those, the benefits and what happens in both sides, the functions of the sides of the brain. So you might want to have a little workshop now with me of covering your right nostril and just breathing in and out through your left nostril. And then your choice if it's a count of 3, of 4, of 5. In and out on one side. So you're going in and out through your left nostril, which is fueling the right side of your brain. Now this is taking you into rest and digest, your parasympathetic nervous system. So it might be, if you're doing this and you're doing this video towards the end of the day, you don't want to carry on with this video, you want to just carry on with this task, and you might want to stop the video now, or pretty soon, and just stay in that rest and digest state. But, so this is where you would stop the video, but if you want to carry on, and you want to swap to the other side, and you want to fuel the left side of your brain for a moment, cover your left nostril in and out through your right nostril to bring problem solving, logic. And I do these resets throughout the day, so I'm less bothered about this reset. It doesn't seem to be a thing I'm really missing in my life, but I do the sleep one. I do it to get to sleep. I do it when I wake up in the middle of the night. But yes, right now, if you're getting yourself ready for an important meeting or you just want to learn this task so you can use it in the future, you're switching on that logical side of your brain. Okay, because this is the full feature-length video, let's do an evolution of this task. Take your hand away and don't use your hand anymore. And we're going to return to the original version where we're breathing in equally both sides of your brain, but without the hand. This is the hack so that you can do this in the world without anyone watching you thinking, what is this person doing with their fingers? And so that you're not in a place of panic or fear and embarrassment. Okay, so imagine you're covering your right nostril. Inhale through your left. Cover your left. This is just imagining. Exhale through your right. Inhale through your right. Cover. Exhale through your left. Inhale through your left. Exhale through your right. Inhale through your right. Exhale through your left. And just feel free to carry on with this, to pause video, to stop video, whatever feels good for you. That is it. There's the tools to play with and to go back to certain sections that are useful to you. I hope it's helpful. I think you're meant to say like, subscribe, comment. I mean, it'd be nice, yeah, to comment and to do those things. But I think that probably the most important thing is to share it. Please forward this to anyone you think this would be useful to. Thanks very much.